All right, so nobody has any questions. Let's do some back testing on JPY. So let's get over to Monday here. 1 second. Let's get over to Monday real quick. All right, so this is Monday. So let's take a look at what happened the previous week. What kind of a cycle did you have last week or the previous week on this?
It was trending.
Trending, right? So trending cycle, and let's see what we got here coming into the London session here on Monday. So 23 pip Asian range. Let's see what price is doing that. Anybody pick up on anything? At all? No?
Kind of hard to see the chart. Can you zoom in? Okay. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
What's price doing right now?
Is that a railway track?
I'm sorry?
Is that a railway track?
Where, here or here?
Yeah, over there.
The second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be a railroad track, yes. So think about what's happening here. 23 pip Asian range. You come out of the Asian range, you go up to the top, you come down to the bottom, and then
Cool.
now you're basically pinning to the middle of the range.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You're pinning to the middle of the range. So if you're coming off of a trending cycle, all right? If you're coming off of a trending cycle the previous week, it's Monday, and you're basically not wanting to go up anywhere near the previous week's highs.
Yes.
Think about what does that tell you?
Accumulation, more than likely.
Definitely accumulation, but
Yeah.
I want you to start looking at
Wait for it to go to a high or to a low to do something. Right now, you're kind of in the middle.
right, you're in the middle. Yeah, exactly. You're definitely in the middle. So let's see what happens here. Did you see that right there? That move. So railroad track and straight candle like this next. If you get any kind of a pullback candle, you will probably be going lower on this. There's a pullback candle.
Yeah.
And so now you have that particular candle that's now wicked to, this is basically the 50 here. You see that? So this right here is the 50.
Okay.
So essentially they've done this. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
and you're probably off to the races. It goes up and wicks to, what is this, the previous day's or previous week's low right here, right?
Yeah.
This is the previous week's low. This is like 6:45 in the morning. So basically towards the end of the first 4 hours of the London session, wicks again, and then now retraces. Now, funny enough, that it retraces right at 7, and you're looking at, what time is this, 8 o'clock? So 8 o'clock, the first part of the US session, right? Where are you?
Into a 50.
I'm saying just think about where you are right at the beginning of the US session. You're not anywhere near the high. You're not anywhere near the low.
You're in the middle, so it could be a continuation short, possibly.
So the way that this is right now, the ideal scenario would be a continuation trade. Now, a good confirmation would be if it were to bounce off of the 50, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, that'll give you some good confirmation to keep going lower. Does that make sense? So let's see what you get. There's a, not all was a railroad track, but there you go. There you go. So there's your continuation trade.
Oh.
So how many people here just trade US session?
I do, but I haven't started trading yet, but I can't trade the London session.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the time I'm sleeping.
I got you, Noah. I understand sleep is super important. I'm gonna tell you that much. If I could restart over again, I would tell you to just trade the, you know, whatever session makes sense to you. As far as like if, for example, I'm in the East Coast, right? So London session is 3 a.m. for me, right? So it's like in the middle of the morning, I should be sleeping, right? So if I had to do it all over again, I would have just traded the US session instead.
Yeah, I wish I could trade the London.
You know, obviously, depending on where you live around the world, you know, London session maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, so if that makes sense, then obviously that makes way better sense. But, you know, sleep is super important, and I wish I could take it back to where, you know, I would I'd be able to get more actual sleep and better health. All right, so Tuesday. So we're going into Tuesday, and we basically kind of broken outside of this structure, right? We've broken outside of that structure. So we were trending the entire week, previous week, up. Now we've gotten to a point where we've broken this structure by basically going below here, right? So is it likely that this right here could be peak formation high?
It looks like it.
You know what I mean? Because you basically have 1, 2, and then it just drops. It breaks out of that structure there, right? All right, so let's continue on here on Tuesday. Let's make this bigger so you can see it really good. All right, so you got that move, that spike. You see how huge that spike is? It's a pretty big spike. So seeing that kind of behavior, like automatically, what is your only like option here? Look at that. What's your only option?
They're trapping for a reason, so
Yeah.
possibly.
Right, there's no reason, right? So I mean, the only possible thing that you could get, you know, obviously would be like a type 1 setup, right? Where according to where price is, and what Troy just said about trapping people by going up. Is it a coincidence that you're pinning to the 200 EMA? You know what I mean? So let's see what happens if this were to be, let's say, like this. It looks like it could be like a first leg, you know. So could you get a second leg, because you're gonna need more movement basically to go sideways for this to get caught up because of this huge move. So you definitely need that to happen. Boom, there's a big ass candle right there. There's a big ass candle right there. See now, because of that move, look how far that price has to travel here to get to that to the EMA there. You see that? So pretty big difference.
And is that the second leg?
Yeah, this would be the second leg right here. Yes. Think about it. I mean, the first leg is here, and down. There's a second leg. Remember what I told you, that like if they go back, if they go above this, so if the M is like this,
Yeah.
this second leg here should be typically 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what happens? There's 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
That's
three candles, 3:45 minutes. And we're done with that art. Okay. You know? So that right there is top 5. Here's your closers, your cost here. So right here, I mean, we would give up. So what would you do?
I couldn't hear what you said. There was some background noise.
Yeah, what would you do? What would you do if you entered? Let's say your entry was here, right? Your stop loss, let's say it's 15 pips, 20 pips, whatever. Let's say your target is down here for a 2 to 1. Right? There's your target. What would you do?
I would have already been in the trade, and that second candle that went up, I would have been out. That second candle at the bottom, that would have been my. I'm gone because I know how these trades. Oh, this is JPY.
So, like right here.
Yeah, I would have went out after one candle after that, because typically they do like to do like a 50% retracement, and it could just go back to that and continue. But
Right, exactly. It goes back up. They do the retracement, and then either continue going up or just they do the retracement and continue going down, right? So there's the next candle. Now you have basically a railroad track pinning to 200 EMA.
Mark,
Yes.
you know, so you're shorting the second leg, right?
Uh-huh.
So what's the entry point? Because I don't see any 513 cross.
It's right here, this candle.
The cross?
Yes.
They can't cross the 13, but you don't see the 5.
You don't see the 5 because I took it off.
Oh, you took it off. Okay.
You still get the arrow, which is the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I would have stayed in the trade. Now I see it. You were zoomed in too much. Okay. I would have stayed in that little retracement. I didn't see the left side.
Yeah.
And that big bullish candle right before the pin on the first leg, typically that's a dead giveaway. Most of the time when a candle is really big, a lot of times it's the end of the move and you can expect the opposite.
Right.
I'm actually talking about might be the right where the box starts. It's the 1, 2, that one. Yep, that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's typically is the giveaway candle. They're gonna do something different. That bullish.
Exactly. That's the candle right here. All right, so looking at the structure, we have the peak formation high here,
Yes.
and this right here would be what?
Level 1.
That'd be level 1, right?
Yeah.
So if we're at level 1, what do we want to do?
So
Sell.
Yeah.
Looking,
For a down move, yeah.
we're only wanting to sell basically. The only way that we would ever think about, let's say, buying something would be if it basically breaks outside of that structure to basically do a reset. If it breaks outside of this and let's say wants to go like some crazy higher shit, you know what I mean? But other than that, you already know what kind of structure you're in here. So let's just mark this real quick. Mark this one also. All right, so what is this? Wednesday. So far, what kind of a cycle essentially are we in? Could you tell yet?
Market maker.
Definitely not a market maker because we didn't have a full day of one move directional on Tuesday. You can see
Trending.
back up.
Trending market.
Trending market, yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's a trending for last week, and not this week.
Last week was a trending cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah, last week was a trending, but this week's a market maker.
You can't be a market maker if Tuesday you had a reversal on Tuesday.
They could do back-to-back trending cycles. I
You know
mean,
what I'm
they have to
saying?
go back against the liquidity. They went up, so no one gets a free lunch in Forex.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if this would have went like this, then possibility, yes. But because it went all the way back up, all the way, and just made a big reversal at the end, can't be a market maker cycle. It's either a trending, it's got to be a trending cycle because of the way it already moved on Sunday, Monday. It already moved, you know, outside of that structure. So you're literally left with a trending cycle. So ideally, you want to just worry about finding some kind of sell setup.
So when you talk of market maker cycle and trending cycle, does it mean that the market makers are not involved in trending cycles?
They're involved in every aspect of every day.
You did?
Every second.
Pardon?
I said every market makers are involved every second. Not, they don't take a day off.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
yeah, I see. That's what I think, because if you name some cycles as this is a market maker, but the other one is sort of market maker is a trending, then you know it presupposes that they are staying away from the trend.
I think you'd want to always go with the trend. The only time you want to go against the trend is when you're at peak formation low, or, you know, after 3 levels of drop, or peak formation high after 3 levels of rise. So you'd want to basically look for sells. Notice anything in particular? What is price doing? It's just straight moving sideways.
Range
Yeah.
bound. Yep.
Range mode is what that is. Range mode.
So it could break out lower or higher, but
Can be lower, could not be high, could be low,
we would want lower, yeah, but
that be lower, yeah.
they could do anything.
It goes.
Definitely not something that's, you know, going back and forth over. Range bound mode was activated on Wednesday. Basically. So does this Thursday. So Thursday, still looking for sells.
Yeah.
We're still building out this level 1 here. It's only 21 pip range, Asian range.
It's gonna explode.
No. Right there. You see that? That's the type 3.
Yeah.
Anybody else see a type 3 there? Comes down, goes up, comes down, comes back up, and then railroad tracks. You get a railroad track there. So these two basically back down to yesterday's low.
Yeah.
Ideally, though, you probably want this to be maybe what is this, JPY? So you want this probably like 20 pips or so. And just make it even line here. It's about 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Now, if you get a pullback on the next candle, then you're looking at even a better entry. You know what I mean? So if you get a pullback on the next candle, but you don't,
But are you going to wait for a pullback? If you did, you won't get the end.
you didn't get a pullback, is what I'm saying.
Pardon me?
You didn't get a pullback though.
Yeah. But should you wait for a pullback?
If the pullback is going to happen, it's going to happen right at the beginning of the candle. Do you get what I'm saying? If you get a pullback, it's going to happen at the beginning of the candle.
Oh, okay.
The first beginning, like the first part of the life of the candle,
Mm-hmm.
if it's going to produce a pullback, it'll produce a pullback like this. It'll start and then go down. Start,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And so there's one trade there.
Yeah.
Way more than you would want. So is this Friday? So Friday. By the way, you see how it is a trending cycle?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yes.
So obviously we moved away from level 1, going to level 2. So if it's Friday, for this thing to be, the ideal setup on Friday, you still want to get a sell on Friday. And the way the candles are here, I mean, the ideal setup would probably be either a type 3 or a type 2. You know what I mean? Maybe a type 3 bounce off of here, or a type 3 bounce off of here is what I would want to see. You see how it's basically just going sideways right there,
Yeah.
and it keeps pinning to the middle there.
Yeah.
You see that behavior?
This is going to be type 3.
Why do you think that behavior is happening? It's really, when it comes down to it, it's all just behavior stuff. Right? So why are they just stopping there?
Oh, it's been pushed down by the 50. Is the blue one the 50?
The blue is a 50, yes.
Yeah. No.
Just keeps
Away
going,
by the 50.
going, see? So you're probably going to have a breakout at some point. Let's
Yeah,
see.
at least it's going to be type 3 down.
Here. This is probably, if this candle ends like this,
Mm-hmm.
there's your breakout there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trade itself, I mean, you're trying to get to 2 to 1. That's like somewhere just down here, which is pretty much almost nothing. It seems like it's nothing almost, you know.
And Asia already went 94 pips, so you still have another session to
That
go.
is true, yeah. What's the what is the average ADR on this? Is what, 100 and something?
Yeah, it's like 110 to.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to get much here.
and then there it is.
Look at that.
Jesus, look at
The these guys are good at the game.
that.
That's why I set targets. I mean, man,
Yeah,
they do that crap all the time.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
That's exactly why, man. Because that stuff will just straight up eat it alive there. All right, so if this whole thing here was 1, where's 2, where's 3 as far as levels go? This is a 15-minute chart. So if you look, you can basically see that. See where these lines are? Right? You see that?
Yeah.
The day dividers, right?
Yes.
So if you just draw boxes around those, around that area there, and prices around there, right?
Yeah.
This basically just confirms that this is one level, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So since this is a 15-minute chart, this will basically be like level 2. And then this right here could be basically like level 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I always wonder how you draw the boxes in the open spaces. You know, I didn't know you draw them where the lines are.
Yeah. You have to make it, if you're on a 15-minute chart, I mean, literally you just draw the boxes just like this.
Yeah, where the lines are. Yeah. Okay.
Where the lines are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where your consolidation is anyways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if all the boxes are basically in the same area, that's basically one level.
One level. Yeah.
This is another level, this will be another level.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. 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 I got it.
You know? All right, so let's mark this one here. And we'll start. We'll just leave this box big like this. See what happens. All right, so we had a trend inside V4. We're probably going to assume this is level 3. Let's see what happens here. Hmm. Anybody see anything?
So type 1 setup, something like that.
I definitely wouldn't see a type 1 setup now.
No, it looks like it.
I would probably be thinking, just because this went up like this,
Mhm.
you know, this went up and then came literally right back down again.
Yeah.
I'd be looking for probably movement higher. The only other thing that could happen I can see is possibly, you know, ranging like this back and forth to help build out that third level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think one of the two things is probably what, you know, it's probably what's going to happen here.
So you are blending the last week's cycle into this week's cycle.
Say that again?
Are you blending last week's cycle into the current week cycle?
Am I blending last week's cycle to what?
To this week's cycle.
Am I blending it to this week's cycle? I mean, this week's cycle just started, right?
Yeah, but you're not a level 3, right?
Yeah. So what if you're at level 3? What would you be expecting to happen, possibly?
Well, no. My point is, you are at level 2 last week, and now you're level 3 this week. So it looks as if you're blending the 2 weeks are being blended together.
No, I'm not blending anything together. I'm just saying we had peak formation 1, 2, and 3. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if this is Monday,
Yeah.
you're at level 3, right? I'm going to assume that you're
You
either
go
going to
lower.
hold out this level 3 here before going up, or you're going to go down and make a peak formation low.
Low.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's the only thing that I would expect to happen. See, I mean, you look, you're pinning the EMA, the 50 here
Mm-hmm.
is basically blocking price from coming back down again.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're at level 3, if you've counted to level 3 now,
yes.
and you see the 50 going over, the 200 is here, the 800 is somewhere up here.
Mm.
You know what I mean? What's the likelihood that this is going to come back down again? As soon as it passes this, for what you thought was, let's say, the first leg of an M here,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably going to be gone. See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically a type 4. That's what it is. So what does that confirm for you then?
Does that do what?
I said, what does that confirm for you?
This pattern?
You broke out of level 3, so you're at level 1.
Monday.
The start of market maker cycle.
Not even the start of a market maker cycle. I'm just saying, like, in the sense of, you know, if this is, you know, let's say 3, broke above that, so now you're going to be
You're at level 1, looking for buys possibly.
looking for buys possibly, yeah. So let's see what happens here. What is this, Tuesday, right? So Tuesday could be a
So
myriad of,
Mark, hold on. So where is our peak formation low?
this is level 3 here.
That's our peak formation low, level 3.
Yeah, you don't need to have a peak formation low. Peak formation lows only occur when they want to induce more people before they switch over to a reversal.
Oh, okay. I see.
So the pattern is like this, right?
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
You get
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the only reason that they go, 1, 2, and then one more is because they don't have enough people here basically selling.
Mm.
So if they don't have enough people here selling, then they have to convince you to sell.
The way you sell.
And so all they're doing this entire time while this is going on is they're just holding all of the buy orders. So you press sell, they take the buy. You press sell, they take the buy. And all they're doing is holding buys. There's very little trading that's actually happening when you have these moves like this. All of the trading happens here. All of the collection happens here. This is all collection.
Yeah.
It's just collection, move, collection, move, collection, move, collection, move. That's all it is.
I always thought there's always a peak formation low just like your 3 after level 3.
Yeah, no, there's not always a peak formation low.
Oh.
Peak formation lows or even peak formation highs. Right? So let's say if you're going up, right? It's just 1, 2, and 3. It's the
Yes.
same thing. The only reason they go up higher for one more
Mm-hmm.
is because they don't have enough people buying.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the only reason.
Okay, I see.
I mean, just understand that, whenever you see price behaving in a certain way, like this is all it is just about understanding behaviors.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this right here. So think about this right here. What if this is a high here? They created a big high here, right? They went off of this here, and you see a big candle like this going up.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they just stop? Why would they just stop?
Trap. Maybe they have enough. They've got what they want.
If they, that's what I'm saying. So think about it like this: you're driving a car. Think about you're driving a Lamborghini. And you're going 150 miles per hour, and then you just all of a sudden just stop.
You don't want to go.
Why?
You don't want to go further.
They don't want to go further, right? Exactly. Yeah. So if they don't want to go further, why are they not wanting to go further?
They've got what they need.
They got what they need. So what are they going to do next?
Reverse.
Reverse. It's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Tuesdays, those beautiful days for Tuesday reversals. There's your reversal right there. You tell me one candle, this one candle basically took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I don't know, 9.
9 candles are taken out in one candle.
That's brutal.
Ask yourself why. you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why does one candle take out 9? So how many, there's 4 candles in an hour. So you're talking about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So one 15-minute candle took out 2 hours worth of trading. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a pullback, and there you go. There's your pullback for the entry, and there you go.
Ooh.
So go back and look at just Tuesday. You can make a trading plan just on Tuesday's trade alone.
Yes.
You can go back to pound USD, pound CAD, pound JPY, Euro JPY. Go back through all those pairs, and go back to like 2018, and just look at Tuesday, and look at how many times did Tuesday did basically you have a move, a false move Sunday, Monday, and then basically a reversal on Tuesday.
Oh, I see.
Find the pair that has the most of those, and that could be a fucking trading plan for you.
Good enough.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it could be, you can make it that simple if you wanted to. You could literally make it that simple if you wanted to. So what does this mean? What does this mean? If you draw a box here, now you draw a box here. What does that mean? If you draw a box here. Are these two boxes in the same area? Are they in the same area? How many pips are they apart? About 60 pips apart from here to about here. What does this remind you of? Because for this to be a market maker cycle, this right here, this needed to do this. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not this. So if this would have done this, you would have had a shot at a market maker cycle. Because it didn't do that, and I did this instead, what does that leave you with?
Accumulation.
Accumulation here, but I'm saying as far as the overall weekly type of cycle.
Oh, the whole side. Okay.
Yeah, the whole cycle.
I would hold out. I know you're probably thinking it's gonna drop the sells, but
I wasn't thinking it's going to drop. I was thinking maybe either accumulate sideways because
well, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Just
or I was thinking either basically go back up, either go sideways for the rest of the week, and that would be basically your high and your low, right? And you basically have like an accumulation cycle. The only other option would be a trending cycle. If you had basically this, like this, and then it starts to go up again. You know. What is this? This is it's Wednesday. This is Wednesday, so let's see what happens on Wednesday.
See, this pair trades a little differently than NZD and AUD. I got
Yeah,
their behavior,
yes.
but AUD and NZD, I mean, this one, I would have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. It's getting small. It's getting smaller and smaller, right? It's just smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just trying to give it a chance, basically, to get caught up. But there's no, for you to take this, you still need price to come down and cross that. Because if it doesn't cross it, then it's not a trade. Well, sure enough, look at that. That's why it's not.
Yeah.
That's why I wait for the candle to freaking cross, man, and close. Look at that. How many times did that candle come close to the 13, but then close? See what I mean? That's why you wait for the stupid candle to close. Look, that's why. Right there. That's why you wait for that candle to close.
Cool.
Shit. Look at that. Went up above the higher high here. So what does that tell you?
That broke the previous high, hit the stops. Hopefully it'll pull back and continue to go up.
Now we're trading basically right at what last week's previous high there. You see that? So previous week's high there. You know what this almost looks like to me? Just looking at it now. Does anybody see a reset there at all? Or is it just me? Is there any possibility of a reset or no? Or is it just me that's looking at that like,
I mean, I would think myself that it's still a continuation to go long.
Right. So I'm saying, like,
because
would you count this? Well, the reason I'm asking that is because if I see, you know, people out here, this is 1, this is 2.
Then that's the reset, and then 1, 2, 3, and right. Could be.
Or the only other thing I was thinking is basically because these two are still kind of diagonal close to each other, this whole thing would be 1. And then this would be 2, basically. Do you see what I mean? But anyway, so let's figure this out. What's going on here on Thursday? Mm. Wow. What does that tell you? Would that be an entry there? Like what's that's too big of a freaking stop loss. Damn. I mean, just to get to here be 41, to get to there be 67. What does that look like?
What time entry there? I don't see any pattern.
What's that?
I don't see any pattern for my entry.
Don't see any pattern.
No.
I was seeing this. I was seeing this here. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I was seeing.
That's far away before the Asian range.
What's that?
That's far away before that point. That leg is far away before the Asia.
Yeah, that's pretty far away, yeah. Yeah. It's just an idea.
I wonder if I would take that.
That's fine. You don't have to take it. I mean, it's just an idea.
Mm.
About that, do you see that? That be an idea there or no?
I have a few theories of what it's doing right now. To me, it looks like it's basically working the low to go back up. But your idea at first seems like it made sense because it looked like they used Asia totally to consolidate, and then the breakout, and then that dead giveaway candle at the very end.
Yeah.
Then it dropped. Get people to go short. Another dead giveaway candle, the very last candle, really large, big, pinning the bottom, working the bottom, then it go back up. That's kind of what I see.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, this is one trade here, right?
Yep.
And this is basically another one up here, reversal trade going back up again. The question, where it's like where do you take it to, and whether or not it actually makes sense to take it. This would be the crossover there. It's like a 20 pip. Um, 2-to-1 would be here. Be something like that. Previous week's high, I should say. I'd want a better entry on the next candle if possible. You don't get it though. But you do hit it though. Yeah. So Thursday is just basically a big consolidation of 148 pips. It's this Thursday, so it's Friday. But so far we've had basically, it's been a trending cycle so far. It's just, I think it's worked more on basically building out those levels, Definitely looks like it's been working out building those levels See, Wednesday, the whole day, Thursday going straight sideways. Now you have basically, you know, pretty much almost most of the EMAs. You're going straight across price. There's a false move right there. Boom, look at that. Can't tell me that's not what that is. What is that? What is that? Look at that. What is that? What is that? Damn. 40 picks to the top. Hmm. Did anybody see a second leg there or no?
Yeah, they're not letting people out of that long wick on the bottom. So if they went further, they would have to let people out for a break even or profit. So it's probably going to go up.
Exactly. My boy's on it tonight. So where do we take this to? Here? That's freaking 45 bits right there. You get a retracer on the next candle? Yes, you can. Yes, you can get a retracer on the next candle. That's a way better entry right there. Yeah, so you can use that retracement there to get a way better entry. Now you're at only 14 pip stop loss because of that pullback on the next candle.
Yeah. So Mark, I gotta go to work.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
One, two, three, four, five, 6 candles. Yeah, 25 pips. Okay, so you're good. Nice. Nice. There you go. You just look at it though, all it did was just basically consolidate for how many days now? two days straight basically. Thursday and Friday. Pretty big, you know, like pretty big area of consolidation now.
I love consolidation. It
Yeah.
forces you to learn their behavior.
Yeah.
The trending cycle is nice to get into, obviously, but you really don't. I mean, consolidation, you've got to think and you've got to, I mean.
That's it, you gotta think. That's very true. You gotta think about what's really happening. So true. Anybody have any questions? You guys want to do one more week? Yes or no? No answer? No? Alrighty then. Well, all right, well, I'll let you guys go then. And you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll see you for Tuesday, London.
Good night. Thank you.
Yep. You guys have a good one. Be safe. Have a good rest of your weekend.